Time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome. We are here outside of the Walter and Marie Williams Athletics Hall of Fame. Actually, we're in it, outside of Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum. It is the Patrick Johnson Show with you for the next 90 minutes, leading you into coverage of East Carolina and UMES, Maryland Eastern Shore tonight. 6:30 airtime on 94.3 The Game and 107.9 WNCT for Pirate basketball tonight. Darren Vaught will have the call. We got Philip the Ref Pilkington with us studio side. Intern Demetrius.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dom Kasulki, who is all of a sudden insulted by everything.
No.
Dom Kasulki, who did a great job of setting up here. I mean, there was no question, Philip, when I got here, this was a Dom setup because everything was running smoothly and he had it ready to go.
Yes, sir.
But Dom has gotten very sensitive in his old age.
I don't agree. I just I thought I was being called an intern once again.
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
Used to be the go-to.
Well, it was a joke, but I anybody who does this setup is clearly not an intern.
That's true.
Right. I was trying to, and I honestly cannot remember the interns' names.
Yeah, I
ever.
can tell every time you're about to say them, you pause and you wait.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, not yet.
Who's in there, Philip, with us today?
Demetrius.
Right. Because we do have a rule here at IBX Media, and it's a very hard and fast one, and that is the interns are not to speak to me.
Yeah, you're too cool.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but am I wrong about that, Pilk? That's the rule, right?
No, that is the rule. I was not allowed to speak to you at the beginning. I did somehow,
Right.
our original introduction was a little different because it was COVID. I was actually texting you instead of Ben, and I think I sent you like one too many texts. You're like, here's Ben's number. You got to hit up Ben Byram.
Right,
and,
you need to talk to Ben Byram about this.
Because I didn't have like the formal interview coming in process, meeting Dylan, meeting Ben. Like Dom came in and met Ben and I and Dylan and I, because he was post-COVID. So, and then, he probably didn't get to talk to you for like 6 months.
Yeah, it was a while. I was missing out.
Oh, you certainly were. Speaking
Now you're kissing butt.
He is. Esmuccio Kasulki. I love it. That, by the way, that's a vintage item you have on there, Philip Pilkington. Boneyard hat.
Yeah.
You know
What's
what?
Team
I
Boneyard?
think we may need to revive Team Boneyard. We may need to come up with something. I think we're going to need some cash. And I don't know if we're going to have enough cash to keep QB1 in Greenville. That is looking less and less likely. I know Igo's been reporting on it. I've heard some things today from some various sources. It is not looking at the moment rosy. Doesn't mean anything's been decided, but from what I understand, there is certainly, at least as far as the John David Baker thing goes, some flames, some ember smoke. Not so much the what was the one everybody was talking about, Philip? This is more like Virginia Tech. Somebody else was where they were talking about South Carolina. That guy with like 18 followers put out there on X that JDB was going to be in Columbia next year, which he might be if he's on his way to a Buc-ee's. I don't know. But there is no truth to that. Now, I'm not saying that his representation and who knows? They may have talked, they may not have. But right now it looks like Virginia Tech is the likely place. Am I boring you, Philip, with the beginning of the monologue here, the show monologue?
You're not. It's
Okay.
the lack of vitamin D today, PJ. No sunlight makes Pilk a tired guy.
It is also brutally cold out there.
Yeah.
Raw, a little blustery. Can you be both? I guess you can. Thank God the rain is gone. I'd ordered I'm very peculiar about umbrellas. Mm-hmm. I like to have a big wind-resistant umbrella. This is from having worked in the reporting world in the field. You need a good umbrella. Mm-hmm. So I've got an umbrella, quick order the other day, because they're hard to find in stores now for some reason. And I got it, and I didn't bring it because I realized I was not going to need it.
Well, you got rolled up on with the golf cart anyways, so you're a little bougie coming in
Well, the beautiful thing here is they take great care of me.
They do.
They take really great care of me here as far as getting me transported around from things. Even when I'm here as a fan, Pilk, as you know, they take good care of me.
I've seen it. It's interesting that you brought up two things there, Patrick, that you'd like to have an umbrella. First off, wind resistant. That helps the wind. That's for Patrick's hair. The second thing you brought up was big, and that's to cover up the whole ego.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
A couple of shots being fired.
I know. Now, Dom, I'm the one who's insulted.
Yeah. No, Mr. Sensitive. Am I rubbing off on you?
I think it is, yes. Sensitivity of a young Howard Stern. Dom Kasulki is rubbing off on me here today. Let's see. Some breaking news. Do we have the breaking news sounder, Pilk? We need to get that to you where we have everyone little breaking news for you. Do we have something, Pilk?
What?
Pilk is looking.
There used to be like a wall with like a lot of buttons on it and breaking news.
No more. Look, I think that's a bygone era now.
Yeah, there's probably here we go. Hang on, stand by and
breaking. This just in.
Breaking news.
This is a special report on 94.3 The Game, the flagship station of the ECU Pirates. Here's Patrick Johnson.
Well, I think for what we're about to do, that's a little formal. That may have been. We may have. That one. We needed like a 30-yard punt, and we punt 60 yards into the end zone.
I got a touchback now.
Right. Yeah. That was really very formal.
Well, I hope the news is worth it.
No, it's not. I don't think it is. What I know is Eli Delorier will not dress tonight and play for the Pirates, so he'll be unavailable. It looks like Reed Kaysen will be the starter for him this evening. At least that was the plan as of last word. So we'll see a lot of Kaysen tonight, probably see a lot of Patty Darcy. Well, I know we'll see a lot of Patty Darcy. That's kind of unrelated to that. And we will see Perkovich and Luke Davis in that rotation tonight with Gio and Reed Kaysen. I do not know Delorier's status long-term, but I just know he's playing tonight. I was told that Jay Shine, as he goes by now, Jay Woodard, is going to dress tonight. I don't know if that's a safety valve situation, but the expectation is he will not play. We'll see. But that is kind of where we are with everything right now. Again, Pilk, just amazed by this breaking news. Pilk, do you need a coffee?
I think I do. Look, man, I'm one of those people. I need caffeine or vitamin D. I don't need both, and I've had none of either today. I usually rely on the vitamin D. I got a good night's sleep last night, so as I'll walk out, the warm sun will hit my face, and I'll be good. And it's just, Mr. Golden Sun didn't shine down on me, as the little nursery rhyme, whatever you used to say.
And if there was any doubt, Dom, if you were doubtful, which you're not a doubting Thomas, I'll give you that, Dom Kasulki. You are someone who takes the P-man at his word and doesn't doubt when I say something, which is appreciated. But it was just confirmed because Delorier went by in a walking boot.
Yes.
So there you go.
He was giving us a little head nod, and he did not look like he was suiting up for today. So hopefully able to get something out of it.
Is Mother Kasulki watching today? She usually watches when you're on.
I text her every time I'm going to be on because she tells me, please text me if you're going to be on.
Okay. Like a ton of FaceTime today.
Yeah, I am. I'm right in front of it. I'm like the tiebreaker show from yesterday.
It is.
Philip's right in the front center. He's always getting some screen time on Monday.
So, Mother Kasulki, if you're with us here live at 5:09 in the afternoon, text Baby Boy Dom and let us know you're watching, and we'll shout you out. I'll pull a Glory Core, and I'll start shouting out people that text in. Freudian slip there. I'm sorry. All right, we move on. I cracked it.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I remember those days.
Yes, we all do. We all do. All right, so it's East Carolina and UMES tonight. Pirates are 2-5 and have lost 4 in a row. They are 2-1 here at home. It is Maryland Eastern Shore, the Hawks out of the MEAC, 4-6, but they have won 2 of 3 here and 3 of 5. Here's a fun fact, Pilk. I know you like fun facts too, Don. Of UMES, they used to be Maryland State back in the day. They are the first HBCU, perhaps the only, but they are the only HBCU to ever be ranked in the top 25 of the AP poll. When did that occur? back in the storied 73-74 season. They started 20-0 that year and ended up 27-2 and ended up ranked way back when. They used to be a power in the NAIA. Of course, they were in the CIAA and then independent for a little while, then joined the MEAC. And they've got an outstanding women's bowling team.
Okay.
5 national championships in women's bowling.
Is that an actual Division I sponsored NCAA sport, bowling? I
think it is a quasi on some level. I don't know. I'm just going with what they've got, Pilk. I'm just did a little research. Thought it was interesting. That was in their notes that they do that they mentioned that.
I used to be a heck of a bowler. I don't know if I've ever said that.
I'm kind of wishing you had not. So
well, now you
elaborate on this. What is?
I went to nationals when I was 13 in Chicago.
Whoa. Pilk, did you know anything about this?
I didn't know he was that good. I had heard him say that he bowled competitively. Then I had some friends confirm that Dom was really good. I didn't realize he was this good.
It's real bowling. I bowled for a long time. I haven't
high game.
I bowled a perfect game before 300. I got the ring for it. I don't have it on me, but I would put it on my ring finger.
All right. Do you have the ring with you here in Greenville?
I believe it's in Greenville. I'll bring it in next time.
When will we do one of these shows again? When will I see Dom Kosolki again?
I don't know. It depends on who wins the thumb war, I guess, between him and Grover for next week. You know, Grover misses you, so we got to figure out. There's a basketball game
with Grover tomorrow. That's more than enough for me to deal with him on the radio side tomorrow. So I want Dom, whenever you're back with me again.
Okay, I got you.
I demand you wear this ring.
I need to make sure that it's here in Greenville. I'm sure my mother's listening. She'll know.
She hasn't texted you, so I doubt she is.
Yeah, maybe she's not.
She might have had enough of this already.
Yeah, she's sick of seeing me.
I think she's sick of Pilkington yawning and me just rambling on and on and on. That's what I think.
I haven't gone since we started talking about the sun. It woke me up. I started thinking about the sun.
I cracked you up, and that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Like some endorphins are kind of funny when you laugh a little bit. So that's good. All right, we're going to hit a break. Ryan Robinson, the Double R Express. Where's my sounder, Pilkington? The Double R Express.
Sorry, I thought we were going to do it once he got on. My bad.
Yeah.
The Double R Express is rolling in. Supposed to be at the bottom of the hour, so we'll talk to him. Rumor has it that we may have some other dignitaries stopping by. But Ryan Robinson from the Pirate Club slated to join us here at some point. All right. A timeout. When we come back, we'll do our top 5 at 5. Also, a Harold Huddle today. That'll be at 6 o'clock on the Patrick Johnson Show today. All right, we're heading to break. Pirates at home tonight. Come on out and watch some hoops action as they try to get back to some winning ways here, taking on UMES tonight.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt & Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt & Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation from a real person? Right. That's what's so nice about Phelps Chevrolet. After more than 50 years serving our community, Phelps remains family-owned and operated. Mike, Daryl, Wave, West, Allen, and Clay deliver hometown service and integrity, same as always. They share your experience, they share your values, and they are ready to help with any motoring need. Come get you one.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout eastern North Carolina. Get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
Beep, beep. Move over, Buttercup. We're back to the show.
They're back! And I love them!
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
All right, I've got Dom doing some research. So, all right, let's
oh, Lord, what kind of research? He's like listening to a thing there. What we got him doing?
Yeah, I told him that somebody sounded like Hank Hill from King of the Hill, who started out as a Nemesis character on Beavis and Butthead that voiced it.
Oh, really? I watched Little Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. If you watch the movie, which was really good, the movie was really funny. I was never a big fan of the show per se, but the movie I thought was fantastic. And that was probably about the time I was your guys' age. Anyway, but that's the voice of, it's the Mike Judge voice for King of the Hill. It ended up being Hank Hill, but it was the guy who was kind of like the old Nemesis, Mr. Anderson or something like that on Beavis and Butthead. So there's a guy over to our right, I guess it sounds like that, yes. All right, let's do the top 5 at 5. I want Dom to participate in this as well. Philip Pilkington, Patrick Johnson, we're here till 6:30 inside the ECU Hall of Fame area, and here is the top 5 at 5 on the PJ Show.
This may very well be our last mission. Let's make it count.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
It's impossible.
Now some stories you may have heard or catch it for the first time. This is your 5 at 5 with the P-Man.
I have no idea what Pilkington's throwing at me today.
Little idea.
All righty, number 1, and first 3 are all Pirate Athletics, so it shouldn't be too bad for you guys.
Dom's mom is tuned in today, so hello, Miss Kasulki.
Yep.
Hello, Miss Kasulki.
Baby boy Dominic has done a wonderful job here today.
And thank you once again for allowing your son to work on Thanksgiving so that I could go home. I do appreciate that very much.
That's true.
And that was an interesting sound, guys.
Yeah, that was weird.
I think somebody has entered the premises illegally, perhaps.
All righty, number 1, Pirates will be in action tonight against UMES. That's not the only Pirate basketball news that's broken the last 24 hours. As yesterday, 4-star recruit Draylon Creasy, a 6'7", 185-pound small forward from Dyke, Virginia, committed to the Pirate basketball program.
So, is he the second 4-star that's been committed?
I believe so. Yep.
The knock on this current situation, this current roster, is that the talent eval, at least through the first 7 games, seems a little sus. Is that what the kids say?
Sus? Younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many people
say sus.
2-year-olds are watching right now.
Plenty of them.
Yeah.
Children love me for some reason.
Okay. Nice.
I can't stand them, but the kids find me amusing. I amuse them.
All right, well,
you're like a clown. You amuse them, like Joe Pesci. I amuse you.
Kids are smarter than we give them credit for. At least the ones that like my humor. They're brilliant. Actually, they're all very good students, well read. Isn't it interesting though that and I understand you make an announcement when somebody commits and all of that, but it's really interesting because it's almost as if perhaps Mike Swartz is saying, hey, we can actually recruit really good players. Look, there's nobody rooting for them to turn it around more so than me tonight. The question is with all of this is there's two. If these are truly 4-star quality type of basketball players, that's awesome. Can you hold on to them?
Yeah.
And then, again, the track record has not been awesome as far as talent bringing. Now, they've brought in some talented guys from high school, a couple of North Carolina guys. One of them is the kid from Goldsboro that didn't play in the first game and then left, and he was freakishly athletic. There's the kid from Morehead City who is now related to my cousin.
Really?
His sister-in-law.
Okay.
He's playing at Arkansas State now. I think if he'd stayed, he'd have been just fine. I mean, he's playing at a low major level, but he's a double-figure guy at that level. And I think he'd inevitably would have been a double-figure guy here. So I don't know. I think while there have been a couple of guys that you think, okay, well, they're doing a good job. But, this whole recruiting thing is so hit and miss now. And now that you've got, and hopefully we'll continue to have some kind of money put into this, you hope that you could be shoppers in the portal. But again, I think a lot of it is, and rightfully so, you would have to have some cautious optimism because, so far the evidence does not lead one to believe that this has been a staff that's been sterling at spotting talent. I hope I'm wrong on that. And I'll be happy to admit I'm wrong on that if indeed I am. Anything to add to that, Pilk?
I mean, can we get – all right, that's dope. But the real question for me is, can we find guys that can shoot or create their own shot?
I don't care if they're 19 stars. They need to be able to make shots.
Yeah, I mean, they could be a 2-star if you're out there making your shots.
That's the key.
It really doesn't matter. Just
can you make your shots?
And I feel like creating them too, because you're not always going to have guys that are going to get you open. If you're able to create your own shot, make a couple threes, contested threes, and you saw that in our last game against St. Bonaventure, a big three late in the game where they kind of stretched that lead to make it.
And we had nowhere to go.
Yeah, nowhere to go at that point.
We had nowhere because they were doubling. They were in Gio's lap. We had nowhere to go. We didn't have the ability to have somebody make a three when you need a three in that situation.
And they had their guy to do it, and he was hot. And we actually stopped their best player, but they had a different guy step up, and that's what you need. You need a guy that can step up even if he's not your best player. If you have guys that can make shots, that's how basketball is now, college basketball, NBA, high school now. You have to be able to make threes.
Next.
Number two.
Number two, this is a lengthy one. 9 players have been selected to postseason all-conference honors for the football team. This is the most since 2014 when they joined the American Conference. The 4 players that got first team include Jamarion McCrimmon, Jamarly Riddle, Anthony Smith, and Zion Wilson. The second team is J.D. Lampley, Tristan O'Brien, and Emmanuel Poku. Third round honorees are Yannick Smith and Damian Wilson.
So nowhere on any of those teams or honorable mention was Caton Hauser.
Nope.
Very odd.
He should at least be on one of the teams.
Should have been on something.
Yeah, you could see him.
I want you guys to debate this.
At least second.
Okay.
The third-team quarterback, despite being a heck of a football player, he never throws the ball. It was Horvath from Navy. Debate.
Well, they are basically in the same boat as ECU.
I'm talking about the fact that he's a named third-team quarterback and he doesn't throw the damn ball.
What were his numbers? Give me some numbers on him.
I'm looking up right now.
Good job there, Dom Kasolki.
The problem is,
can we get Dom to produce this show? Dom's on top of it. Dom's on top of it, Pilkington. Take notes.
He's always on top of it. He's 62.3% completion percentage, 1,390 yards, 139 yards per game, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Passing. And then he rushed.
All right, wait a minute. Before you go there. So, like, passing for 139 yards at Navy would be like somebody else passing for 330 a game.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Go ahead, Dom.
I guess. I mean, he had over 1,000 yards rushing and 104 yards per game with 14 touchdowns. So he had a great season, and they had.
All right, find me some Caton Hauser numbers. They did have a better record.
I think that might have some impact on it. I don't know if it should, but you see that in every sport with awards. Caton Hauser, 3,300 yards, 275 pass yards per game, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He also added 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of touchdowns, but only 16.1 yards per game. So Hauser can use his legs, and he's able to get in the end zone whenever they're on the goal.
All right, who else made it, Pilk? Give me the other quarterbacks.
I'd have to look it up. I want to say it was a North Texas kid, and then I think the FAU kid because he led the country in passing.
Now, that would be a little crazy if you got the FAU kid as a freshman that made one of the all teams.
Maybe he just made all, what's it called? No, because the FAU kid was a transfer from Western Kentucky. He's not a freshman.
I thought he was a freshman.
No. So North Texas kid, Mestmaker,
You know what I'm thinking?
was the
for some reason,
player
I'm
of the
thinking
year.
of the Cal quarterback for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I had Cal on the brain there. Sorry. They might be my West Coast team, by the way.
Yeah.
Dom.
So
I may become a Cal Bears supporter as my West Coast team.
I mean, he threw for 303 yards per game, but he had 17 interceptions. Beltcamp did.
Yeah.
Let's see.
ECU having a better record.
Okay, I was wrong. So it was West, the North Texas kid, and then Byron Brown from South Florida were 1 and 2.
Okay, well that makes sense. So really, you're
just based on
Byron Brown. By the way, Raleigh kid, never offered by ECU to my knowledge.
He was good this year.
Yeah, really,
previous staff, Patrick. Previous staff. That's all I'm going to say.
I know. Yep. All right. No, I firmly believe that Caton got hosed on that. I'm just going to say that.
I agree.
You know, since they have 45 people on the all-first team in basketball, couldn't they have 2 quarterbacks on one of these teams? Everybody's you need 2 quarterbacks in this day and age. That's all I'm told. So why not put Caton on one of these teams? By the way, I think Caton will turn out just fine.
I agree.
I don't think we may not as a result of it, but I think Caton may turn out just fine. All right. Great. And also great for all those other guys getting on. Fantastic. What do we got?
Number 3, we'll shift to the diamond. We're doing all Pirate Athletics today. It was just after our show ended yesterday, PJ, that the baseball schedule came out. We'll just highlight some things here. Xavier will be the opening series. The second weekend will be a Friday night home game, followed by a neutral site game in Durham, and then wrap it up in Chapel Hill. All those games coming against Carolina. And it will be Rutgers, Troy, and Western for the LeClaire Classic. The team will also have home and homes with Duke, NC State, UNC Wilmington, and Campbell.
Oh. Thank you very much. Awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Dom, are you recording this?
Yes.
Give them some money. Give them something.
Philip recording
it.
Yeah.
She was with you the day when you came back about the heat.
Okay, yes. Can't have it hot. No. Got to be able to breathe.
I turned to 68. She turns to 67.
Right, you layer up. Exactly. Yes, exactly. All right.
And you look great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. What were we saying? I don't even know.
We were talking about the baseball schedule that came out for the Pirates.
Oh, yeah. So clearly the highlight here is the 3-game series fairly early in the season, if I'm not mistaken, Pilk, against Coastal.
Yes, they are on the road at Coastal the first weekend in March.
Right. The Carolina series, the middle game will be the neutral game, and it will be in Durham.
Yep.
And, I think, you got Duke a couple times, and that's great, but you don't know what they're going to be about because they're losing everybody.
Yeah. They did
lose a coaching change. I mean, state to state, but, I was talking to some people yesterday, too. They were not real keen. They thought it was kind of a lackluster LeClaire field with Western, who's not very good, Rutgers, who's not very good. Troy is okay, but I think Troy lost a lot of guys to graduation in the draft, didn't they, Bill?
They did, yeah. They came in last year, preseason number 25, one of the teams that was ahead of East Carolina that I think fans are disappointed in. Troy historically is a solid program. It's you're down there in Alabama, easy place to recruit. They're not going to be a bad baseball team. And then historically, you do have a Big Ten team in this tournament. So now normally it is better teams than Rutgers, but hey, at the end of the day, you still get your Big Ten team. You still get your kind of your team from the South. It's historically good. The tough thing is, that last team being Western Carolina. You're hoping maybe for a little more, but it is what it is. It's about Coach LeClaire. It's about raising money for ALS. It's about having a good time. It's not always about the opponent. This won't be the difference in whether or not you win it in Omaha.
Right, and Western is the connection there with LeClaire. All right, Ryan Robinson's over there. He's on the phone, so we're going to get him quickly here. But let's blaze through these last two, then we'll get him on.
All righty.
4.
Number 4, big night in college hoops, including Kansas playing UConn. Also, the SEC ACC Challenge begins tonight. It'll be the third one. Duke and Florida will play, as well as Carolina and Kentucky.
It was an embarrassment for the ACC last year, only winning 2 of these, right?
Yeah, they won 2
Duke
games. Yeah, Duke won, Clemson won. The first year was a tie. It was 7-7. But, yeah, it was rough for the what used to be known as the basketball conference, the ACC.
Well, now it's the SEC. That's the basketball conference. That's the best basketball conference in the country. Agree?
I agree.
Okay. Pilk?
Yeah, 100%.
I also like that Connecticut-Kansas game.
Oh, that is a good one. I'm glad you mentioned that. That'll be a hell of a game tonight, too.
And Darren Peterson will be out.
Okay. By the way, go Big Blue tonight.
Oh, yeah. It takes me a lot for the Wild Kitties, but anytime they're playing the Tar Heels.
Yes, I'll root for Kentucky like a madman.
Let's go.
Oh, come on, Dom. All right. Number 5 here. Let's do that, and then we'll get the Double R Express in.
5.
All righty, gentlemen. Number 5, just some other coaching news from today. BYU coach Kalani Sitake says he plans to stay at BYU despite being connected very much to
that doesn't surprise
the job at Penn State. Also, Joey McGuire, the coach at Texas Tech, gets a $7 million a year for the next 7 years.
Show me the money!
That was Jerry Maguire saying, "Show me the money," but Joey McGuire is the guy who's getting the money.
At Texas Tech.
At Texas Tech to stay. $49 million over the next 7 years.
It's a tough neighborhood now for the Longhorns. I know they have more money than God, but A&M takes this quite seriously, and now Texas Tech has something going there. That's what it's all about. All right, we're going to find out about that. We're going to talk about that and more. We're going to 6:30. Dom and Philip will carry you after we talk to Ryan the rest of the way. But the Double R Express pulling in right now. We're going to talk to Ryan Robinson for the Pirate Club right after this here from Minji's Coliseum, where we have hoops tonight. Pirates taking on Maryland Eastern Shore.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest, dependable.
Back to the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back. We got a jam-packed show, so let's get started.
Deep breath. Here we go.
All right, welcome back here at the Williams Hall of Fame. The Double R Express.
How we doing?
The Double R Express.
Special sound.
Crack production staff.
No, that's good.
Only the finest.
It's good to be here. It's good to be inside with this weather.
Yes, it is. The great Ryan Robinson here with us on the Patrick Johnson Show. Busy time for you. There's a lot of questions that fans are asking me. I'll ask you, but I'll start with a relatively easy one for you first, though. We'll start with where are we going bowling? I'm sure you've been asked that.
We're in a lot of those conversations right now. John Gilbert does a really good job with that. I mean, I think last year, probably doesn't want the credit, but to set up the bowl we had last year against NC State was once in a generation. I think this year it's a lot of the same bowls that we were talking about last year. When you talk about Military Bowl, Fenway Bowl, Liberty Bowl, maybe a Birmingham.
Is Belk a possibility, or Duke's
I've not
Mayo?
heard Belk, and I think really the way the process works is, certain bowls pick first. And ECU is very well thought of in that regard. Last year we sold just through the Pirate Club 6,000 tickets to the Military Bowl, sold 12 suites, and sold a 250-seat luxury box. So people look at that. Trust me, these bowls
That's a big
talk.
deal.
Yeah, these bowls talk. And if you look, there's so much transition going on right now in our conference that, listen, we don't know how the playoffs are going to work, but you got two teams playing where coaches are going separate ways if they lose. And you got Memphis. Obviously, their coach is leaving. We know our coach is going to be here. Feel very strongly that our nucleus is going to be here. Listen, in this day of age, you're going to have change. But I can tell you one thing, we're going to have Blake Harrell leading this group. And I saw something the other day in the Teague and Wilt. Guys are excited about playing in the bowl.
Yeah.
We're going to be in a good bowl. They've earned that. And bowls respect that. They see what we've done. I mean, if you look, I was telling a bowl the other day, we were sending something. We won 13 out of our last 18 games.
Yeah.
We lost 4 games this year to all bowl eligible teams.
Well,
so
and I'm
we
sure
put on a good run.
I'm sure you all have made this aware too to the Bulls. Our TV viewership numbers are up.
Yeah. You know what hurt us? We were second, and then Navy played Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And that kind of spearheaded them to where we finished the year third.
Yeah.
But
the TV numbers.
The TV numbers.
How about the attendance? Where did we finish?
We lead the conference in average attendance.
So all the metrics are trending towards, and then you talk about the product on the
and
field.
I think talking to other schools, the one metric that really gets them is our 15,000 season ticket holders.
Mhm.
There's a lot of schools that would
pay
big money for that. And I think it's just really the way Pirate Nation is. They understand that our fans are going to travel. They're going to be excited. Now, listen, last year we finished the season 4-1, NC State, probably a little different. Now, I do know, like a Military Bowl, everything's moved up. It's now the 27th, and it's at 11 a.m. So it's a different bowl this year.
Sure, yeah.
That is the only bowl that we can bust to. that doesn't really play a role. Like, we don't have conversations about what's going to save money on the bowl. Really don't.
Right.
You want to go someplace. You'd love to play a Power 4 team, and you want your players excited about it. And I think last year we saw how excited they were.
Well, and you want to somewhere that the fans can relatively easily get to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's been kicked around a little bit. Myrtle Beach has been kicked. I mean, the fact is, it really is wide open because of what the SEC is going to have in the postseason tournament, and
that could go the other way,
right? And that could go the other way too.
Right now, it's helping us where, a great bowl that I would tell you we weren't involved with the 2 years ago was the Liberty Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that is the SEC schools. You don't know how many are going to be in the playoffs or not in the playoffs.
Right.
Because if they drop down, that's, I don't want to say that it drops us down, but that's the field bowl. So I feel really good about where we're at. Obviously we'll know on Sunday, but, on the flip side of that, really our focus this week, it's been this way for a couple months, is raising the money to retain the roster.
I want to ask you about that. So, we'll go there and then allow me to kind of pivot into the other things fans are asking that I'm sure you've been asked. All right. We were just having this conversation. When Team Boneyard dissolved, one of the things they did a really fine job of was having recurring kind of monthly premium payers or monthly payers on kind of a payment plan, like an auto draft, like you would with your phone bill or cable bill or whatever. And so that they did a really good job, I think, on the grassroots. Not that you all haven't, but it has been a little bit of a different clientele, perhaps. There are options to people to kind of do that too, to be kind of recurring, and it doesn't have to be huge numbers to be recurring.
Like, we are doing really, really well. I will tell you, Patrick, we're doing better than we anticipated. Now, you have to put it into context of every school is trying to do what we're doing.
Right.
So we're not the only school that's out trying to raise money. But you're right. Are incredible what they did, the work they did. We tried to get a lot of those people over that were on a monthly draft. And those are important. We had the Purple and Gold Society, which is larger gifts. We're doing really well. Obviously, we need more. But I think the one area where we could really attack more is this Athletics Excellence Fund. That's any amount. And you can get on a deduction once a month, whether it's $10, $15 a month. It really adds up to what we're trying to build, because we're looking at next year, like all of our eyes right now, been in meetings all day, is what's that football roster going to look like January 16th. Well, the flip side of that is you've got to look years out too. And the Purple and Gold allows us to kind of look years out. So been really encouraged. This is a huge month for us. We know that. We have kind of a number in our mind of, we'd like to get to. I saw something today where Charlotte put out, they've raised $3 million towards a $5 million goal to spend on football. Flip side of that, South Florida just had a board of trustees meeting last week where they're actually trying to get to $20.5 million. We're not going to get there. But I feel really good about the route that we're on, the conversations we're having. And a lot of times we don't get the opportunity to announce some of these big gifts that come in just due to the donor. But we've had a fair share of six-figure gifts and a couple seven-figure gifts that have come in that have changed the game.
Yeah.
And listen, at the end of the day, I think we all want our football team that just had 8 wins back-to-back years. We'd like for it to look very similar in January, but add some pieces that fit what Blake wants. And Blake and his staff are tackling that head on right now.
The other side of this is there's a lot of word out there where John David Baker may wind up. I'm sure he's going to be coveted because of where he came from. Look what has happened at Ole Miss with what they've done on the field. And look what the numbers we put up. I mean, we're the leading.
And you're 14th in the country in offense.
Yeah.
You're going to have some people. And I think I saw the other day, I think it counts like 8 games of 30-plus points. And on the flip side, the one people don't talk about enough is we led the conference in total defense.
Yeah,
Josh Aldridge stepped in and did a fabulous job Really enjoy getting to know Josh. Obviously, John David Baker in his years here, he's done a fabulous job. And I know he loves being in East Carolina, but there's going to be opportunities for people.
Sure.
And that's just part of the business of understanding there's going to be opportunities. There's so much change going on right now, especially in our conference.
Right.
So you got to let it play out.
The offseason, it was a 2-year deal with JDB. Are there any buyout numbers with that, or is that just?
Yeah, I mean, all of our coaches would have a buyout number. And JDB has been he's been really good. You know, he's not a loud, boisterous person, but you watch him and the way he operates, like he's taking a lot of pride in what we're doing here. And I know Caden and all of our other guys have really enjoyed working with him. And I know we get asked all the time about Caden. I think those are conversations that Blake is having. Blake has a really good pulse on his team.
Sure.
And Blake understands what we have from a financial perspective, which is really strong, especially in our conference. So all those decisions will be made over the next, maybe the next week or two. And what you want to try to do this time of year, Patrick, and it's really for any sport, but you try to get guys under contract. The football portal is a little different this year where it's the 2nd through the 16th.
Right.
So you want to figure that out. But, we're going to have change, but it's just like with Cliff Godwin. We had change in baseball. We're going to have change in basketball. That's just where we're at right now in college athletics. But feel really good about where we're at from a financial standpoint to be able to compete.
Ryan Robinson, Pirate Club, and he joins us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. Another question I'm sure you're asked a lot about. The basketball team. It has been a really disappointing start. I don't think there's any other way to put it. We're disappointed. Fans are disappointed, but Mike Schwartz is as disappointed as anybody into this. Injuries have played a factor, and you can't deny that. That's a fact. Some signs of encouragement. You were there in person for the St. Bonaventure game. I mean, that's a game that we easily could have won and had a break or two gone our way. The assessment through 7 games, because we are getting close to the point here. I think December's a big month because, before you get into conference, generally speaking, you are kind of what you are after
we got a
December.
5-game homestand coming up.
Yeah.
Completely agree. I think I say it all the time. It's what makes Pirate Nation and fans special is they care. I would rather that than no one talk about basketball.
Right.
No one care. And they do care. I mean, I hear from people all the time. It has been disappointing. And, no one knows it better than Coach Schwartz and his staff that we got to be better. We have had some injuries, and I think, with injuries to like Jay Shane and Trevi, who might not be dynamic scorers, but it does affect you in other areas. We've got to figure out, and I know Schwartz is working on it. I know we worked on it down in Florida when I was down there with them. You got to figure out what it's going to take to win each game, because you're without some guys, and maybe you have some guys. There's no RJ Felton. So, okay, how do you get that 20 points?
Who's playing in the G League.
Yeah. How do you get that 20 points a game?
Yeah.
And, obviously they evaluated and brought in the players they have here. And you hope that we're going to see some improvement over the next month. I think we will. I think Jordan is really, really coming on. Obviously what Gio is doing, what is it, 20 and 10?
Yeah.
But you've got to have 7 or 8 guys that are kind of moving the right direction. I will tell you, it is a great group.
They are, yeah.
Great.
Really
There's
good
no
guys.
issues.
Yeah.
But I definitely understand when fans talk about it. We need to be better. Coach Schwartz knows that. I know that. John Gilbert knows that. And we're going to keep supporting them and keep supporting our young men. And hopefully over these next 5 games, you'll kind of start to get an idea, because I think it's 5 home games. You go to North Carolina, and then you go to
you're back here for Tulane, yeah.
I will tell you, it was impressive to see Michigan State has a very good basketball team. And in St. Bonaventure, I thought we were competitive for a while. I mean, they came, 5 days later went down and pretty much did the same thing at Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
It's interesting in our conference right now. I was telling somebody today, I mean, UAB got beat last night by Middle Tennessee, and UAB has had a tendency to, in the non-conference, but then they kind of figure it out.
Come on in March.
So,
yeah.
No, hopefully we can finish strong these next 5 or 6 games, have a break. We have a long break. This is probably one of the longer breaks I can remember, and then get ready for conference play, and hopefully, make a run and be competitive. As you know, this year at the conference tournament, 2 teams are going to be staying home.
Yeah.
And you'd like to be in that conference tournament where anything can happen.
So if you don't mind, I guess, you say you've kind of had a running dialogue with Coach Schwartz. What can we be privy to? What are those conversations like? I mean, because there's a fine balance, I got to think here, Ryan, between you got to let the guy coach his team. You got to let the guy you've hired and have confidence in to figure it out. That's his job. But obviously, you want to make sure that you're aware of kind of what's going on, that he has everything he needs from a support standpoint. And when I say he, I mean the program. So, just some insight if you don't mind sharing into those conversations.
Coach Schwartz, I knew him a little bit when I was at Tennessee. John and I we were together, I think, only at Tennessee for a year and a half. But Coach Schwartz is passionate.
Yeah.
Like, I will tell fans one thing. He cares deeply. We lost to St. Bonaventure, and we're going back to the hotel. They actually went back and ate a quick Thanksgiving meal and drove to Fort Lauderdale. I actually stayed the night, and he didn't want to have Thanksgiving meal. It's, how can I get this team better? And he knows it. But you also got to understand, too, and I understand as an administrator, is, hey, he brought these guys in, so you got to let him coach them. And we are, 6 or 8 games into it.
Yeah, 7 games into it, yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you do as administrator is support. Obviously, be very honest and upfront. Coach Schwartz and I have that relationship where we can go back and forth. It's not always, the most pleasant things, but we respect each other. But, man, the guy cares. His staff cares deeply. This little stretch has really, really bothered them.
Yeah.
But I think what Coach Schwartz has done, and I do appreciate this, that hasn't carried over to the locker room. There's no negativity because at the end of the day, with any sport, I mean, the kids know what their record is. Like, they know they're 2-6 or whatever.
Right.
So you don't need to pound it in their head.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many fans we'll have here tonight, but I know we've, Pirate fans will support them. We got to see how it kind of plays out throughout a season. But he knows he's got my support. But, man, no one cares more than Coach Schwartz. I wish sometimes, basketball, you kind of see this fiery guy. Well, he's kind of like that all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have he doesn't slow down.
Right, yeah.
So, no, keep supporting him and keep supporting our guys. I know Jay Shane really wants to be back out there, hoping that happens. I don't know if it's Saturday or next week. I do think Jay will help us in that regard. And then you always look, you never know about mid-year guys. When you have this many injuries, it's definitely a conversation you have.
Sure, yeah.
To bring in a mid-year guy, so that could be something they look at as well.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming by.
Appreciate everything you do.
Where would you instruct everybody to go to learn more about, just getting in on the road?
Go to ECUPireClub.com. I see a lot of people that are walking in now that are kind of part of it. But, yeah, Blake, I know Blake has worked on, and Blake's putting out a letter tomorrow to Pirate fans. I actually read it today. It's pretty good. And the Athletics Excellence Fund, the Purple and Gold Society, we're just getting started. We need to have a huge month. And listen, Patrick, I want next year to us be talking before a basketball game in December, talking about where we're going to be in the college football playoff. And we are within reach of that.
Absolutely.
We're definitely within reach.
With everything that's going on in the conference and the changes, we've got stability at the top, and that's a big deal. Great to see you.
Yeah, you too, and good luck tonight on the broadcast. And I did get to watch y'all last week or 2 weeks ago when we were in San Antonio.
Okay,
we had a group of donors to watch. I wish you could have pulled us through there.
I was trying.
Let's hope for a better result tonight, but thank you for coming out.
There you go. There's Cy Seymour, by the way. Big celebrity sighting here.
Cy Seymour, there's no one that loves basketball more and no one that I more enjoy talking to on a daily basis than Cy Seymour.
Yeah, he's the best. All right, thank you, Ryan. Great to have you. Ryan Robinson with us here. All right, we're going to have Blake Harrell join Philip and myself, our Harrell Huddle for HealthWise Pharmacy. And then Dom and Pilk will wrap it up for you here. We'll see you in about an hour on ESPN Plus with Jay Sunhalter. And, of course, bottom of the next hour, we'll have radio coverage on 94.3 The Game and on 107.9 WNCT. We'll talk Pirate football. Our Harrell Huddle with Blake Harrell is next.
Hurry to Greenville Toyota for model year-end savings on a Camry. Just $229 a month. $229 a month. Or new RAV4, $279 a month. $279 a month. Only during our model year-end move-out. Right now at Greenville Toyota.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's Cut in color. And let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, New Bern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt & Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt & Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cooked-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
It's Greenville Toyota's model year-end move-out. Save on a new Corolla, just $149 a month. $149 a month. Or new Tacoma, $249 a month. $249 a month. Now get a move out and save at Greenville Toyota.
Listen up. He's talking now.
Sorry, thought we were vibing.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back into the Patrick Johnson Show here. We will have our Harold Huddle next, but I want to give Dom ample time to clean up his equipment and not make him sit through a 15-minute interview either. So I welcome Dom Kasulki back in. Dom, you having some fun? Or is it cold there with all the wind blowing in with the doors?
It is kind of cold. It was right for a little bit, but now it's getting a little darker and just few degrees lower. You can tell the difference. Everybody walking through for the game. So it's getting a little colder. I'm ready to pack everything up soon and skedaddle out of here, get some food, and watch some ECU ball.
Well, I'll tell you, the Harold Huddle we got a couple breaks left, obviously. It's about 14 minutes, so I will not keep you in the cold wind too long. But, hey, let's talk a little college football playoff here, Dom. And, we're going to neglect to talk about Indiana and Ohio State. The winner of that will be number one. The loser will probably be number two. Where this gets interesting, Dom, the SEC champion they're in, the Big Ten champion they're in, the Big 12 champion they're in, the American champion they're probably in, at least if it's Tulane they are. Now let's talk about the ACC. Virginia, if they're in, they win, they're in, no problem. Mm-hmm. Dom, if Duke wins this football game and the ACC does not get anybody in, what is the format next year? How does the ACC ever recover from this? And is this the beginning of the end of this conference? Because, I mean, like I said, if Duke wins this game, they're going to need to wish upon a star to make the conference championship.
Yeah, I don't think it's the end of the ACC per se. I think they'll bounce back and they'll have it. I feel like they were expecting a team like Miami to go and grab that spot, just in general, get it super easy, and they just didn't do so. But I don't expect Duke to win, so I think it's not going to happen. But in the off chance that it does, it's going to be rough sledding for the ACC. I don't see Duke coming through with this. I think the ACC is going to want Duke to lose.
Yeah. I mean, I know we shouldn't be saying it this way, but, I mean, I firmly expect every call to go Virginia's way.
That's what I was kind of trying to say without saying it. I was thinking the referees are going to be totally on Virginia's side. I mean, they got to sprinkle in a couple of calls for Duke, but there's going to be big plays towards the end of the game down the stretch. There might be like a hit on a quarterback that's like a little iffy, and let's extend this drive. Let's throw that flag. Let's keep it going. There's a little tug on the jersey. Yeah, we're going to call that holding, or we're not going to call it, depending on which team it is. I feel like they might have a little bit of a favorable call towards Virginia. I guess Duke could persevere, come through. They got to play two different teams, basically. So we'll see if they can do it.
We will. They got to play the Zebras. They got to play the Cavs. They got to play the Wahoos. I mean, heck, they got to play three. Virginia's already got two mascots. So I think if you're the ACC, how you fix this, though, head-to-head, it's the first tiebreaker, right? Obviously, there's just a slew of teams that with two losses, they can't do that. Now, the interesting thing, Dom, is let's compare the ACC to the American. The American, the next tiebreaker is college football playoff ranking. In the ACC, the next title breaker is the computer metric. If they were doing this the way that the American was doing it, we'd be talking about Virginia, we'd be talking about Miami, and most likely we wouldn't be having this conversation because the winner would get in and they would ride on their merry way to go on the road and get throttled by whoever the hell they play.
So I'm a bit confused on how exactly this works. I'm not totally up to explain it to me like I'm a fifth grader.
All right. So there is some weird computer metric that has come out. Mm-hmm. There's multiple computer metrics. And this computer metric gives every team a ranking. So, you take the teams with the best record in the conference, and if there's a tiebreaker, or if they're tied, first off, if it's you and I are tied and we played each other head-to-head, you beat me, you're in. Cut, dry, plain, simple. That's how the NFL does it.
Yeah.
The next tiebreaker in the American Conference is college football playoff ranking after head-to-head. Mm-hmm. Therefore, that is why Tulane is the home team in the American Championship game.
Oh, I got you.
And then they go to the computer rankings. So that's why North Texas is playing instead of Navy. But when you go to the ACC, they do the computer metric before the college football playoff ranking. That is why Duke is in over Miami, who is ranked. And I think somebody else is ranked in there, too.
Man, there's so many different components that go into it. College football always has been something that I never understood how they do their rankings, why it's different for each conference, different now. I mean, it's a totally different dilemma now that it's a 12-team playoffs. It's just a lot more that you got to think about, a lot different outcomes that could happen. I don't know what to expect.
One thing I will say about this, though, that I do like is, look, number 13 is going to be ticked off, right? We know that. Number 69 gets ticked off when in the 68-team basketball field. What I like about this over 4, though, is, number 5, the last year of the 16 was Georgia. They only lost was the conference championship game to Alabama. Number 6 was Florida State. They were undefeated. At least now you can look at number 13 and say, you messed up here.
Yep.
It wasn't that way before.
No, I never really liked the 14 playoffs. I actually, before coming to ECU, I wasn't the biggest college football fan in general. I it felt like it was the same teams going in over and over. Maybe you'd add in like 8 total teams, but it just kept being ran through the same few teams that were in it. And now that there's a 12-team playoffs, I like the different scenarios. Not saying it doesn't confuse me. I like that there's different scenarios where different teams can make an impact, even if they're in a smaller conference or a conference that doesn't usually get into the college football playoffs. And that's why this year has been such a fun experience for ECU, having at least the little percentage that we had throughout the later games in the conference. We had that long shot that we were hoping for. It didn't happen, but that expectation, I feel like it just leads to even more for next year. And then recruiting, you get more and more. When you get to talk about the college football playoffs, it just looks even better on your team.
No, it does. And, it's what made college basketball great, right? Everybody's got a shot.
Yep.
Every conference.
That's what's so fun. Who doesn't love March Madness?
If you don't love March Madness, you need to look in the mirror.
You're not a sports fan.
Yeah.
That's the best of the best. You can't get better than that.
No, you cannot. Alrighty, Dom. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us, but we do have to get to our Hero Huddle. Brought to you by Healthwise Pharmacy, and I know you need to get some food and hang out with Steve and Igo for a little bit before this game starts.
Yeah, let's see what they got cooking for me.
Real quick, you got a final score prediction before we let you go?
For ECU?
Yeah.
Let's go. Our offense has not been scoring too much. I'm going to go 68-60 ECU wins.
Alrighty, so Dom's got the UMES, whatever their mascot is. What is it? Patrick
Eastern
Trevor.
Shore Hawks.
Plus 13.5, and he's got the under on the record. Dom does. Alrighty.
Yeah,
I like it.
I
think the Pirates break 70. I'm going to go 72-59.
72-59. So you got right there on the spread. All right.
Yeah. We'll see. Alrighty. Thanks, Dom. And
Thanks for having me.
Guess we'll hear you on our airways at some point later this week, or if not, on Saturday.
On Saturday doing scoreboards. I'll be there.
All right, that's Dom Koselke, and we want to thank him. Thank PJ. We got the Hero Huddle brought to you by Healthwise Pharmacy next.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human, about creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
storm season is approaching. North Carolina weather can damage your roof, and before long, a small leak can turn into a big problem. Your home is one of your biggest investments, so protect it with Wells Home Improvements.
We work with all insurance companies for a hassle-free roof installation experience. Call us today and get 10% off your roof installation when you mention this commercial.
252-227-8403 or visit us online at wellshomeimprovements.com. Wells Home Improvements. Local, honest, dependable.
Oh, hey. Welcome back.
Oh, look who's back reporting for duty.
You got here just in time.
Holy nuts, man.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
Welcome back. Patrick Johnson, Philip Pilkington, and Coach Blake Harrell. Our Harrell Huddle brought to you by Healthwise Pharmacy Vital Care of Greenville. Coach, the regular season has concluded, but things are still hopping for Pirate football. Congratulations on a great win, and also thank you for your time here yet again here in the 2025 season.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick, for having me on, and appreciate you guys and appreciate all you've done for our program and our football team this fall, and just the coverage and all those good things. And what a way to wrap up the regular season, and with a big win down there in Boca Raton, and great weather, 45-3 win, and finish off with 8 wins for the regular season, the most since 2014, and 6 wins in the conference, which is the most in the American Conference and the most in the conference play since 2013. So a lot of good things we did this season, and still I got a chance, an opportunity coming in the future to put one more on it and get win number 9.
Coach, when you look at the way your team came out, and also it's a little bit of a wonky week with Thanksgiving in there, and guys wrapping up end of semester work, that sort of thing. At what point did you know, okay, these guys are locked in and are going to be ready to go? You certainly couldn't have predicted the margin of victory and the fashion in which you won. But, I mean, to come out and just maintain that fast start, the defense flying to the football. Was there a point in the preparation you felt like, okay, we're more locked in than maybe we were the week prior, but I feel really good about where we are mentally?
Yeah, every week we played this year, I thought we had some really good preparation. Obviously, the UTSA, I think we just got some things started out on the wrong foot and just couldn't get it, stop the snowball stop there. But I thought we were doing a really good job of preparing, and all season long we have responded in the right way, and I thought we did that once again last week. And just it says a lot about our football team, a lot about the young men in our locker room, and also about the men who lead our football team with our coaches and getting the guys ready to play. And I can't say enough about those folks, and just really proud of their efforts throughout this season. And just going down there, I thought the energy would be the key factor to it. And we talked about that all week, just how we got to bring our own juice, and the kids knew that and prepared for that. And our coaches, I told them Saturday morning and Friday night, like, hey, make sure that we set the tempo too. And Darrell Roberts, I'm going to bring his name up specifically because he's always a high-energy guy, was one of the coaches I noticed. And there were several others that did the same thing, and just taking it up another notch. And our players fed off of that. And our players did a great job of bringing their energy. And I thought we came out of the locker room ready to play. And I look across the other sideline, and I didn't know about their team. Obviously, we control only ours. But I didn't think theirs was quite ready to play like our guys were. And certainly when the ball kicked off, our guys were ready to go.
Well, one of the areas I think where you really broke their spirit, I mean, you're up 21-0, you're rolling. They get an opportunity off the punt to get it in a situation where, had they scored 6, it might have been a different game. You hold them to the 33-yard field goal near the end of the first. And as important as the fast start was, and Marlon on the ground early, and the way that Caton Hauser played at quarterback, as important as all of that was, I think the fact that the defense kept them out of the end zone in that specific transaction was huge.
There's no question. I thought there's a couple big series within the game, and one of them, I believe it or not, was the coin toss. We won the coin toss and elected to take the ball, and the offense goes right down the field and scores. I think when we score first this year, we're 7-0, and then or maybe 8-0 now. And then I thought once we kicked it off of them, they got the ball to their best player, and he fumbled, or we forced a fumble. And the next play, the Serial Riles in the end zone, so you're up 14-0. And then, as you mentioned, we're up 21-0. Punt the ball to them, probably outpunt our coverage, and Their best player, Messer, takes off with it, but we get him out of bounds inside the 10, and then our defense steps up and holds them to a field goal, that can be pretty heartbreaking for their sideline, but brings the momentum back to our guys. And I think we finished top in the league in red zone defense and red zone offense both, and it certainly was a factor there and factor in that game.
Coach, first off, I do have a question, but I kind of have a request, and it bases off my question. My request is this will be
Coach, wait a minute. Coach, his request is next time you go to Washington, instead of him driving up, can you take him with you? Maybe get a ride on a PJ with you or something there.
We drove too, Patrick. Now don't. Get it twisted
okay. I'm
now.
sorry.
Yeah, I left here at 11 in the morning on Sunday. 6 hours of traffic up to D.C. and then got myself up at 6:30 the next morning just to get back here and get in the office and get stuff done, make sure our team was ready to go for the bowl game. So let's not get it twisted. It was really good to get up there and see Jaquan McMillan play and all those good things, but it is a little bit of a hassle, but it's worth it.
Yeah, so the only thing difference in me and Coach in that whole trip was we left early enough to catch the 1 o'clock games on TV Sunday, and then they waited at 11. But my request, Coach, is last year there was a play where J.D. Lampley was wide open in the end zone. There was a play this year where he had a scoop and score, and they called it back. I was so happy to see Ryan get in the end zone. I'm going to let you talk about that, but my request, in his last football game, whoever it may be against, wherever it may be played, can I see J.D. Lampley score a touchdown? And now I'll let you talk about Ryan because I know you want to talk about that.
Well, hey, I would love to see J.D. Lampley score, and I don't really care how it happens. I just love to see us score, the Pirates score, and no better piece of that would be than J.D. Lampley getting in the box and getting in the end zone. But yes, certainly it was great to see Ryan Rosenberg in the end zone. He had a little package in there. We actually called that, I believe that's called the Saints package. We got two packages. We got one called the Green, Panda Askew, Bryce Weaver, and Ryan, all three in the game. Then there's another one called the Saints where Ryan's at running back. And the Saints is the mascot for JP2, obviously. And then once he scores, you see him throwing up the 2-5. That's the 2-5-2. And they all represent, and as we joked around, like all our whole team's now doing the 2-5-2, so they all have pride in our area code in Eastern North Carolina and representing the Pirates, and Ryan's certainly a big part of that, and just good to see him in the end zone and making a play, although it did take him 2 plays to go 2 yards, so we'll give him a hard time about that.
Yeah, I think he was definitely worst on the team, Coach, in yards per carry, but I think Marlon made up for that, so,
Yeah, let's talk about Marlon really quick, Coach. He comes out with a career effort in his last regular season game. And, I think has been a guy that when you look at what he's done, he's sort of carried on that, dropping of the knowledge that he got from Keaton Mitchell and Rajay Harris, and he's passed it on to London and some of the younger guys.
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of him and what Marlon has meant to this program for the past 4 years. And I think his first game that he really got significant carries in was back in 22. We beat South Florida, but happened to beat them in Boca Raton because of the hurricane in Tampa at that time. And Raji went down that day, and Marlon Gunn stepped in, and he stepped in ever since, and just been a steady piece in that offense and that running back room for years. And what a great way to see him finish up his final regular season game with a 100-yard game. And he just does so much more for our program than just carry the football. It's just his leadership and everything the way he carries himself throughout the building and throughout our program, and the way he represents Pirate Nation is pretty special.
Yeah, Coach, it was great to see him finally break through and get that 100-yard game. Also, Coach, I don't know if you know this, Pirates scored 40 points in the first half. The last time they had done it was that aforementioned game that you just mentioned where you guys played South Florida down in Boca Raton. So, maybe we should play all of our games in Boca Raton because we always score 40 in the first half. So.
There's no doubt. I agree with you.
So, it's kind of moving on, closing the book on last week and moving on to this week. How do you balance this week? Is it more like a bye week kind of deal? Or, obviously, you get these extra bowl practices, you get the opportunity to get some of the younger guys some work. Can you kind of talk to us about just this week moving forward and maybe into next week? Obviously, I know past that it'll change depending on the date of the bowl game. It can be as early as the 17th, as late as January 2nd.
Yeah, so there's a week here where you don't have an opponent on your mind. I told our guys it's really the first time all season that you don't have to hurry up and get over the last win. We can we can enjoy that one and really enjoy some things we did this season. But this week's really about some R's for us: recover, reset, refocus, and get ready for the postseason play here. And just, I think your body after 14 weeks and a preseason camp and 12 games can get a little beat up. So we had meetings today, not practice. We'll have practice on Thursday. Just kind of get out there and stay fresh and stay in the loop of things and conditioning wise. But we also want to give them time to kind of take care of their bodies and academic piece too. It's the last week of classes here. So we got to make sure we're attacking our academics and we're good to go there and we're ready to ride that stuff and finish strong in the classroom. And then for my focus has really been about the C's. And I talked to our team and I talked to our staff about this. The C's for me is complacency. And every aspect of our program, whether it's the bowl game or whether it's moving into the next season, I got to make sure we're not complacent. We got to continue to move the needle to keep our team together, keep our staff together for the future, and making sure we're not complacent about just happy about going to a bowl game, go win it. And then consistency and just being consistent about how we do things, how we come to work every day, consistent about how we're going to win championships here at East Carolina, and then continuity. And I think the continuity piece is really, more so about next year's roster and next year's staff and trying to keep those guys in place the best possible.
Harold Huddle for Healthwise Pharmacy. Coach, you mentioned that. Obviously, there's plenty swirling out there as it regards your offensive coordinator, John David Baker, as it regards, I'm sure, other coaches who are being contacted and players in the portal. Now, the portal window doesn't open until early January, but, you're balancing that right now. How much of your time is devoted to, at this point, as you say, making sure, obviously, the academic side finishes up, but then making sure that ECU's in a position to be able to retain the players necessary to build on this year. And, also with the possibility and an eye towards, okay, I've got a coveted group of coaches on this staff that I've assembled, so I have to be mindful that they're probably going to be there's going to be overtures towards them. So, I mean, that seems like a lot to have on one's plate. I know you can handle it, but I wanted to give you a chance to kind of speak to that and address where that is as we kind of sit here right now.
Yeah, I think we're in a really good place as a program where you want to be. You're sitting here and been successful. You've played really good offense, really good defense. You've won a bunch of games, and it's a good position to be in. And people want what you have, and there's a piece of out there that they kind of want to look at your roster or what you're doing and your staff, and say, hey, can that guy help us win games and help us be successful? And what they're doing in East Carolina, and it's a lot better situation to be in than we're only winning 2 games and nobody wants your players and nobody wants your coaches. So we feel blessed and fortunate that we're where we're at, and I know our roster and our coaching staff, they all love being a part of Pirate Nation. They love Greenville. They're so appreciative of everything this place has given to them. But there's also things that out there that they may have to pause and listen to that could be life-changing for them. And we understand that. But at the same time, we're going to do the best to protect our program and take care of the people within this program. And I just meet with some players this morning and say, hey, my number one priority is take care of you and take care of our football team. And they kind of go hand in hand. And taking care of our football team means you're here, and we're going to do the best we can do to make that happen. And I talk about it takes all of us all the time, and I think that's part of it. Like, it takes everybody out there to make this thing happen and give us the support. And I appreciate everyone out there that's been so supportive of Pirate Nation and the Purple and Gold Society and the Pirate Club that helps go to RevShare to help keep these guys in place and help keep our staff in place. And I think that goes to so many out there, our administration, John Gilbert, Chancellor Rogers, and just thank them for everything they're doing to be a part of this.
Coach, thanks for the time as always. We really appreciate it, and we'll look forward to finding out where the Pirates are going bowling, and we'll talk to you, I'm sure, some way, shape, form, or fashion about that next week.
That's what I told the players this morning. We're excited about finding out where we're going to play and where we're at, and it really don't matter. We'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime in the parking lot. It don't matter. For me, I hope it's early and warm, but it doesn't really matter. We'll control, and we'll make the best of it. And when we find out, we'll be ready to go 1-0 and finish this season off the right way. I think for the first time in back-to-back years, a chance to win 2 bowl games back-to-back years since the early 60s. So I told this group, we got a chance to do something special. And once we find out who that opponent is, we're going to make sure we put all our efforts into making that happen.
Coach, thanks a lot. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, Patrick. Thanks, Phil.
There was Coach Harold on our Health-Wise Pharmacy Harold Huddle, which is done weekly. You can hear it here on the Patrick Johnson Show or on Wednesday mornings on Talk of the Town. If you ever miss it, you can, of course, hear it archived on the IBX Media app, free for download on Google Play and the Apple App Store, as well as on our YouTube and Facebook, where you can get the show. And you can hear it there. Also, wherever you get your podcast, it is there as well, and on 94.3thegame.com. All righty, it's going to be Pirates. It's going to be UMES. It is tonight. It is inside Minges Coliseum. Darren Vaught will be on the call tonight for the Pirates contest as they try and get back to their winning ways. As PJ mentioned earlier in the show, they're 2-1 at home on the young season. It's been away from home where many of their struggles have come, but they were a much better basketball team on Thanksgiving afternoon. They really did give St. Bonaventure, who is a very good team, a solid run. The Pirates led at halftime. Jordan Riley had one heck of a performance, and they proved that they can still contend for basketball games after a kind of a rough stretch there with that loss to Charleston Southern, and then getting handled there by Michigan State pretty easily. So that will be it for our Patrick Johnson Show today, as Darren will have you at the bottom of the hour for the ECU Sports Network. If you do get outside our listening area, you can always, as mentioned, get the app or 94.3thegame.com. So we want to thank the P-Man for his time today. Obviously, thank you to Dom Kasulki, who drug all of our nice radio equipment through the cold and the rain. Thanks to Ryan Robinson for joining us today. Thanks to our intern, Demetrius, for all of his hard work behind the scenes. I am Philip Pilkington, thanking you for tuning in to our show, and hope that you stay tuned for the East Carolina broadcast, part of the ECU Sports Network, as we have got Pirate basketball against UMES with Darren Vaught on the other side. I will talk to you on the network broadcast, Pirate Nation.